Hey guys, Mrs. Yeda here with my coworker Easton, and welcome back to episode 3 of Tuesday Tips. Can hardly believe that we are in week 6 of not being in school. Today we are going to talk about tips for online learning. Hopefully by now you have most of the kinks worked out. You have internet access, you have a space in your house where you can be productive and work on your schoolwork. But my first tip would be just to maintain any sort of normal morning routine. So, setting an alarm or setting 10 alarms like I do. I've never been a morning person, so I have to set a lot of alarms. And then, getting up, making your bed, doing your makeup, doing your hair, eating breakfast, having coffee, whatever your normal morning routine was when school was in session, continuing to do that in this platform. My next tip would be to know the expectations for each of your classes. Are you required to Zoom once a week, twice a week? How many assignments are you expected to complete in that week? Teachers are required to put their agendas out the Friday prior to the week, so you should have a good idea of what's expected of you from week to week. Also, creating some sort of checklist for yourself. So every morning when I wake up, I make a little checklist, I write it all out, I put little boxes next to it, and I check them off as I go throughout my day. I've also made a calendar for myself, and I try to follow this calendar most days. And things come up, but I do try to stick to it. If you don't know the expectations for a class, or you are falling behind in the class, or you are just struggling with the content, don't be afraid to reach out to your teachers individually. They all have 2 planning periods that could potentially meet with you to work one-on-one, or answer any questions you might have, or maybe if it's just like clarifying directions, it could be something that is done over email. But reach out to your teachers, reach out to your counselors. We can help too. We can, potentially answer questions or, help to set up a meeting with your teacher. Another tip I have is to take breaks when you need it. You obviously have to follow your school schedule, but, in between classes, during lunch, step outside, get some air, get some sunshine, take a break. The biggest tip of all is to try not to procrastinate and get your work done now. We've got due dates on things, and try to follow those guidelines and due dates, and don't leave it until the last moment to get your work done. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Tuesday Tips. I hope you all are doing well and keeping up with your schoolwork and reaching out when you need it. I will see you next week.